Hi everyone, we're James and Luke. Welcome aboard part 2 of our MSC Virtuosa Norwegian Fjords cruise. Previously, we'd departed Southampton, headed up the North Sea, arrived at our first port of call of Shetland, seen some spectacular sights and sunsets, and on to Norway for our second port of call, Fjord. This time you join us on our arrival into Flom in Norway, where our adventure was about to get more epic. Flom is a sleepy little town in the heart of the Norwegian Fjords, and is home of the Flom Railway, one of the most scenic railway journeys in the world. We left the ship bright and early and secured our space in the queue for the 9:30 train, which would take us to the very top of the beautiful valley. Our top tip is to get into the queue as soon as you can, as window seats are incredibly limited. We sat on the right hand side of the train for this journey, as we were told this would be the best view, and we weren't disappointed. The hour-long journey took us up through the valley, through all the little villages, and up past many waterfalls. We were incredibly lucky with the weather. The scenery was so bright and colourful. The camera here is just not doing it justice. Is that snow we can see? And so higher and higher into the valley now, where the train winds its way up the cliffs, passing many beautiful waterfalls and the cliff faces and the mountains. Throughout the journey there's some great narration on the train, which explains more about the detail around you and the sights to look out for. There's so many amazing photo opportunities here, and every twist and turn there was something amazing to look at. Absolutely breathtaking. The valley itself hosts many activities, including hiking, biking, swimming, kayaking. It had a real public national park feel. The railway has 18 tunnels, all constructed by hand, with 80% of the journey running a 5.5 gradient. And so further and further we go now, and higher we went, as the snow got ever closer. There's also a stop on the railway, where you're encouraged to get out and witness the Kjosfossen waterfall, and witness the amazing Huldra, an elusive forest spirit who lures men into the forest to seduce them. What a spectacular waterfall it was. Back on the train now, we headed further and further up towards the top of the mountains, where there was so much snow around. This was a gorgeous spring day. Everything was so bright and so crisp. Even more spectacular views. So after an hour we arrived at the top to have some photographs with the train and the snow. Now once you reach the summit you have two options. You can either get the train back down, it waits up here for around 10 minutes, or you can work out your own arrangements back to the port. And we'd arranged to hire some bikes to take the journey back. What a magnificent train ride. See you back at the ship. So in order to pick up our bikes, we had a 2-kilometre walk down the valley. We used our phones to navigate us there. It's quite uneven in places, but there is a well-trodden gravel path. It gave us some amazing opportunities just to see the valley at the top and walk through all the nature that was about to unfold in front of us. This walk took us around 45 minutes to an hour, and that was at a leisurely pace, taking lots of photos along the way and admiring these fantastic views, where you can get up close to all the waterfalls, It was so peaceful up here. You could hear all the birds singing, the water crashing onto the rocks below. We'd never seen so many waterfalls in one place. And also the amount of water that was coming through the valley. It was incredible. So after quite a steep climb down, we eventually got onto the flat and we followed the river. The valley is a beautiful place. Oh look, just another waterfall. So we then arrived at base camp to pick up our bikes. We booked these through Norway's Best, which were a fantastic company to deal with. And all you need to do once you finish with your bike is drop it at the dedicated spot at the port and they'll take it back for you. It was an amazing way to see the valley and we really took our time cycling through. So many amazing beauty spots. It really was a day we'll never forget. There were some really good hills as well which led us down and really took us at some speed. And the views were just spectacular. We took a while just to admire the real strength of some of the waterfalls. We'd never seen a waterfall so high before. This was a great stop for a break and a snack. Further down the valley we came to a small village that had this amazing church with a beautiful spire. So we went for a look inside. It was so ornate in here and just beautiful. We had a stop by the river and it was from there we realised how far we'd come. Before ending our journey at the A-Gear microbrewery, where we sampled some delicious local beers and celebrated a cracking day out. We then jumped back on the ship and witnessed the magnificent sailaway. And what a sailaway it was. The Fjord was one of the most spectacular fjords we've ever seen. The sides were absolutely enormous and the water was so flat and calm and the mountains were still snow-capped. We had the most perfect day. And to celebrate the end of it, we decided to go to the white party, which was held in the main promenade. It's your chance to get dressed up fully in white. There was some great entertainment tonight, including the dancers and also the violinist we'd seen earlier in our cruise. He was wearing some huge white wings and playing along to some classic dance hits. What a spectacular way to end the day, eh? The following morning we arrived into our final stop of Haugesund. We hadn't much planned here and we were still pretty tired from the day before, so we decided to go to the National Norwegian Monument and just have a wander around Haugesund and having a lazy stroll along the coastline. And did some shopping around the town. Before embarking the ship and then going for the sailaway. And a chilled out afternoon having a late lunch in the buffet. And a slice of cake or two. It was a beautiful day outside, so we just had a lounge around in the hot tub. The curved hot tubs on Virtuosa are one of our favourites on a cruise ship. There's so much space and it's incredibly warm. And you get a great view over the pool and also out to sea here. It was quite quiet at this time of day too, so we pretty much had it all to ourselves. And relax. We then attended the welcome back party in the theatre, where we had a couple of free glasses of sparkling wine. where we chilled out and we were entertained for the next hour. We were then greeted by some of the crew and also the captain to welcome us. It was really fascinating to hear about life on board, as well as some great facts about the ship, followed by some more entertainment.
Tell me something, boy.
After this, everyone then gathered in the promenade area to witness something very spectacular indeed, the MSC Virtuosa parade. What an amazing way to end a great day. Then, after a very long lie-in, we awoke to find that there was a pasta festival going on, where the chefs had prepared some great, fantastic pasta dishes, all cooked on the open deck. It was great to meet some of the chefs working on board who've been cooking our meals all week, and their amazing talents with some fruit art. In the main marketplace buffet, there was also an incredible display of cakes and desserts, all of which you could have as much as you wanted. Time for a nap. Later that afternoon, we decided to go and hit the MSC Virtuosa talent show, where staff from all around the ship were going to entertain for us. They were all absolutely phenomenal. We really enjoyed this. We then took some time to meet some other crew members before the main event of the night in the Carousel Lounge, Archimea, which for an extra charge gave you access to the venue with an amazing show and also a complimentary cocktail. We absolutely love this venue and the lighting is incredible here, as well as the amazing screens. Without giving too much away, the show is based around a scientist with his invention breaks through into a mysterious realm. With live acrobatics, this show is not to be missed. The performers are incredibly talented. We then headed to the theatre where we saw our final show of the cruise.
Do you want some more? Yes! 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 Yes!
Closer, my friend, this journey came to an end. The story is over and then.
And then it was time to say goodbye.
Commesso le finestre.
And then it was time to pack our cases, have a good night's sleep, and wave goodbye to the ship, where we had an early disembarkation, and the weather being so nice that day we decided to spend it in Lyme, Regis, before heading back home. We had the most incredible time on the MSC Virtuosa. The ports we visited were absolutely incredible. The scenery we saw was just breathtaking. The staff and the crew were absolutely amazing. And we made some incredible memories too. If you've enjoyed travelling with us, give this video a thumbs up. We have many more adventures coming up, so hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.